Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on an evening where the winds are howling, and they started picking up late this morning, and they really picked up during the afternoon. And now we're going into the peak, which will be from now till about midnight or so. High wind warnings in effect for just about all of New Jersey, eastern, southeastern, south central Pennsylvania, down into Maryland, Delaware, and a small portion of northern Virginia. Also in the areas surrounding Albany in upstate New York, or in and around I-90 on either side. Wind advisories cover everywhere else. So it's in the high wind warning area where gusts will exceed and have already exceeded 50 miles an hour in some spots. In the wind advisory area, we're looking at gusts up into the 40s. But that doesn't rule out the possibility that there could be some extreme wind gusts for a short period of time of 50 to 60 miles an hour or more. And just to give you a sample of what's going on, as of 4 p.m., we've been seeing some gusts up 40 miles an hour or higher throughout much of the area. 47 mile an hour wind gust at Brookhaven Airport on Long Island. Had a 51 mile an hour wind gust at Atlantic City. In the last hour, it was at 45 miles an hour. Also seeing some wind gusts up to 40 to 45 miles an hour in parts of south central Pennsylvania. Lancaster getting a gust to 47, 45 in New Holland, Pennsylvania. Very windy, right down in and around Chesapeake Bay, gusting for 40 miles an hour or more. And again, this is going to continue for the next 6 to 8 hours or so. I'm thinking midnight should start. After midnight, we'll start to very slowly see those winds begin to ease. Weather in 5, by the way, is brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, where you can get all the mulch you need to get your yard in tip-top shape. 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, and Southwest Suffolk County, serving the entire New York City tri-state area. 631-756-1125. They have the best prices in town, particularly these days where if you haven't been to some of the big box stores trying to get garden stuff, it's really expensive. So they have the best prices in town, omnitruevalue.com. Take a look at these clouds that are swinging across Ohio into western Pennsylvania. They look like a comma shape. That is the upper trough that is swinging through, and that's going to arrive at the coast in the next few hours. And at that point, the winds aloft and the winds at the surface are going to align themselves, and this is where we're going to see the strongest gusts as that upper trough swings on through. And because of the very cold, unstable air that we have been getting some showers in a few places, and there have even been reports of some hail, as some small hail or some graupel as the upper trough swings on by. You see these showers in central Pennsylvania moving eastward down into West Virginia. That is the upper trough at work. And of course, we've got a strong strengthening storm in the Gulf of Maine, and that's producing precipitation, rain, mostly rain, snow in parts of upstate New York and the Adirondacks, rain as you go east into Maine. You see the arcing precipitation moving back westward. Virginia on southward into Florida, nothing much going on the radar. We have some showers and thunderstorms breaking out in parts of coastal Texas and on up into parts of Louisiana. This is where our severe weather risk is for today in South Texas. No other thunderstorm risk being indicated. And as far as the weekend is concerned, again, marginal risk for much of East Texas, Central and South Texas into Western Louisiana. Otherwise, it's quiet for much of the rest of the country. And then for Sunday, we're seeing a slight risk of severe weather being indicated for much of Louisiana, all of Mississippi, westernmost Alabama, as the next weather system in the southern stream moves on through. So as we move on to what's going on, this is what looks like at the upper air, and you see that, that's what looks like this gentle sloping area here from the western lakes. This was earlier today into the northeast. We have this very strong jet moving into the eastern part of the United States. You see it there, those very strong upper air winds. That's the upper trough swinging on through. and those winds in the higher atmosphere of 50, 60, 70 knots, some of that is actually mixing down into the lower levels. As far as rainfall is concerned for the next 7 days, looking at about a half to 3/4 of an inch of precipitation, thinking much of this may come later Monday and into Tuesday. We'll have take a look here at the latest NAM model. Of course, the gradient is very tight with that low that is sitting just on the western shores of Nova Scotia and moving eastward. The upper trough going by, see there's snow there in upstate New York, moving southeastward, and of course dissipating as it does so. And then tomorrow morning, the gradient is going to be still on the tight side, but it won't be as windy as what we're seeing this evening and through the first part of tonight. Much of tomorrow should be fine with sunshine. Again, it stays breezy into the afternoon. The winds will continue to very, very slowly ease. We have a warm front that's coming through Saturday night into Sunday. Doesn't look like much is with that. Most of those showers you see go by to our north. Sunday looks like it'll be a warm day with some sun. There's a weak cold front here that is coming down from the north, and that is just to the north of our area. So we'll have a west wind and sun, and that should take temperatures up into the 70s. Tomorrow will be into the 60s, but for Sunday, I think we'll be into the 70s. And then we'll watch as we get into a southwest flow on Monday. Doesn't look like too much is going to be happening there. And then we'll have a front lined up to our west, and that might bring maybe some more showers later on into Tuesday. Just will pop up the GFS real quick. And GFS has been more bullish with rainfall lately. I don't know how. I don't know if I put much stock into this for Monday morning. We'll keep an eye on it, but for now, I'm thinking that there might be a couple of scattered showers on Monday, but really should not be too bad. And then it moves on out to the east, and we get maybe a better chance for some showers late in the day Tuesday as a cold front comes on through. So just as once again, it's all about the wind. These are the forecast wind gusts for 7 o'clock this evening. Everybody's going to be gusting at 40 miles an hour or more from the lower Hudson Valley and the southern half of Connecticut all the way down into Delaware and into the Washington, D.C. area. You see the area in blue in western and central Maryland, and even pushing a little bit into eastern Maryland with wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour or more, gusting into the low 50s in areas in south central Pennsylvania. And this will cause power outages, and some weaker trees may wind up coming down. So just be aware of that as we go through this evening and into the first part of tonight. April goes out with the wind machine turned on in a big way. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com. Got all the mulch that you could need and topsoil and anything else that you need to make your yard looking good. So just one last look here at the satellite as we watch this upper trough swing through and these very strong gusty winds continuing through this evening and into the first part of tonight. The Joe and Joe Weather Show will be back on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, so be sure to tune in on my YouTube channel. Have a good evening and a good weekend.